Don't let it go unstudied. Don't let it go unnourished. If you do believe it. That's my best advice on the spiritual side. Now here's the third part. The mental part. Part of this personal development challenge is to develop mentally. Learn, study, grow, change. It's what schooling is all about. And the human development takes time. Incredible amount of time. That's why we've taken the time to do seminars. It takes time. Some things you can't cover in a 20 minutes. You can't cover in a little 5-minute talk. It takes time. For humans, it seems like more time than any other life human being. The little wildebeest in Africa. Guess how much time it's got as soon as it's born to be able to run into the pack so it doesn't get eaten by the lion? Guess how much time it's got? A few minutes. As soon as the little wildebeest is born, tries to stand up, settle down, stand back up, back down. Then a little chicky legs, tries to nurse, another pushes it away. She moves away, so it can't nurse. Why can't nurse down? You have to develop and straighten out a lion. Fall down, gets back up, tries to nurse, another pushes away. No. You gotta get these legs strong. How much time do you have? Not much time. Not a little bit. Not hours, not days. After 16 years, we're not sure. Unbelievable amount of time. It does take time for personal development. It does take time for spiritual development, physical development. Here's also what takes time, and that's your mental development. Feeding the mind. Nourishing the mind. Some people read so little, they stick it to the mind. They couldn't give you a big strong argument as to the woman. Here's one of the challenges we've got as parents. That is to get our kids ready to debate the major life issues of the 90s. You've got to get ready to debate. We've spent this last couple of decades debating communism. Communism thought capital belongs in the hands of the state. We've been teaching, no, capital belongs in the hands of the people. Communism thought people are too dumb and stupid to know what to do with capital. You've got to take capital away from all the dumb and stupid people and give it to the all-knowing, all-wise state. Let the state run everything and let the people meekly show up for their work. All glory to the state, communism thought. Is that right? No, all glory to the people. Let the state serve the people, not the people. I'm telling you, you've got to be able to pick up those ideas. You've got to be able to pick up the philosophy. And here's the next part. You've got to be able to defend it. If you can't defend your virtues, and if you can't defend your values, I'm telling you, even in the 90s, you'll fall prey to philosophies that are not in your best interest. We've got to help our teenagers. We've got to help our kids, especially, to be able to debate the major life issues, the political issues, the social issues, and the religious issues, and the spiritual issues, and the nutritional issues, and the economic issues, and all of the rest of the issues that are valuable for us to build the kind of equities we want. You've got to get yourself ready. And one of the ways you've got to get ready is not just physical and not just spiritual. You've got to get ready mentally. And this is where Show went to work, to be ready mentally, to develop the philosophy and also be able to defend your virtues. Let's go through it. You need a good library. Show got me started on my library. Here's one of the books he recommends. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich. Show said to me, doesn't that book title intrigue you? Think and Grow Rich. Don't you have to read that book? Think and Grow Rich. By Napoleon Hill. I went and found that book in a used bookstore. That's where I had to start. In a used bookstore. I paid less than 50 cents for it. I still got it. It's one of the rare hardback covers. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Wow, Shope was right. Get a library started. It'll change your life. Any home over $200,000 has got a library. Why do you suppose that is? Wouldn't that make you curious? How come every home over $200,000 has got a library? Does that tell you something? Does that educate you at all? You say, well, I can't afford a $200,000 home. It doesn't matter what size home. Take your present apartment, clean out a closet, call it your library, and start acting intelligent. And start this process like I did. Start developing the library. Here's what your library needs to show. That you're a serious student of health, of life, spirituality, culture, uniqueness, education, economics, prosperity, productivity, sales, management, skills, values of all kinds. Let your library show you're a serious student. Don't be casual in learning. Don't be lazy in learning. Information is the key. Learning is the beginning of wealth. Learning is the beginning of health. Learning is the beginning of prosperity. Learning is the beginning of democracy, the beginning of freedom. All values, all virtues start with the learning process. Don't be lazy in learning. Don't be lazy in gathering the library to teach you and instruct you. I got that book, Think and Grow Rich. Some of you inspired me to change. Now it's got some weird stuff in it. You know, it's got some weird stuff. Napoleon was weird. So you gotta separate out a little bit of this weird stuff that you can do. You can separate out the weird stuff. Unless you're weird, then you're weird stuff. Anyway. Remember, don't be a follower, be a student. That's the key to all books. Be a follower, be a student. Another book he recommended. Help me become financially independent. We're going to cover that before we finish. The book was entitled The Richest Man in Babylon. The Richest Man in Babylon by Joel. This little book, The Richest Man in Babylon. I use it as a textbook to teach the teenagers how to get rich before you. Like in America. 35 if you're extra bright. Much sooner if you find a unique opportunity. I got rich by the time I'm 31. Didn't take this rich. Find a unique opportunity. We'll get into that. Richest Man in Babylon. Get your library started. Here are some key sections to put in your library called mental food. In fact, we call it food for thought. So important to nourish the mind, not just the body, to nourish the mind. Key phrase. Now it needs to be well balanced. You can't live on mental candy. Comes to life and read the pocket. That's 2 second grade. You gotta get out of second grade. You can't just be inspired. You gotta be taught. You can't just be inspired. You gotta be educated. Here's the book. It's called How to Read a Book. We'll type it. How to Read a Book by Mortimer Adler. In this book, How to Read a Book, Mortimer, you know, is the chief editor of the new Encyclopedia Britannica. The Encyclopedia Britannica, chief editor, Mortimer Adler. He's in his 80s. Still active, still writing books. I've got several of his books. Six Great Ideas, a lot of books. Mortimer Adler. But he wrote this book, How to Read a Book. Now, in this book, How to Read a Book, not only does he give you the good suggestions on how to get the most out of a book. It's one thing to read it, another thing to get the best out of it. He'll give you good techniques on how to get the best out of it. Very good. But here's what's also in his book, How to Read a Book, a list of what he calls the best writings ever written. The best writings ever written. I use this as a centerpiece of mine. I just have to use this book. The food for fun. Just look at it, you find something. But well balanced. Let me give you some of that balance. Number one, history. We've all got to have a sense of history. American history, national history, international history, family history, political history. We all need a sense of history. Sort of history, opportunity, difficulty. No matter how far back we go, 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, feeling all leads the same. Once you understand the thread that it is going to change, and what's going to change for my life, answer, looks like I'm going to have to change. History helps us understand how it is, what there is to work with, seed, soil, sunshine, rain, and what human beings have done with it in the past. And how many of us have, like I did by age 25, they have messed up.
Next exercise.
That's what history is for. Be a good student. Here's a good book.